What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. We're back for some more Race Spec F1 Esports F2 Sprint Series for the Pacific side of things on Season 3. We're here for round 11 here, the penultimate round of the season here at the Russian Grand Prix.
Go gloveless for this first bit.
As you can see, I'm already off to a fantastic start. I haven't put my gloves on, so that's a fantastic start. But we're showing you this one-shot qualifying lap.
All good.
See, back in the dams. We're obviously showing you the top left of the screen as well. That is Crossy's point of view on the top left of the screen, and you'll probably understand why. Heading to turn 2, I think this is. Tricky corner to get right. Obviously, take it nice and cautiously, just to make sure it didn't obviously invalidate my lap time straight away. Now fly through this long left-hander, not nearly flat. Held it pretty much into 5th gear. Now through turn 5, I think this is. Hopefully I got the right track map anyway, but pretty much this track is pretty much known as a flowing track. We go back to the 3rd gear now, shifted back up into 3rd gear now. Through turn 7 and 8. I think Crossy's definitely got the pace at the moment on the top left of the screen. As ACW's already retired.
One retirement already.
So, and G-Force Dre's also retired, so they've obviously invalidated their laps. So might be making some good inroads here. So we just keep it nice and clean. Get a nice run out of here. Take probably a little bit too much curb through turn 11. But now we're on to the back straight now.
Don't put that pressure on me. What'd you tell me?
So there you can hear Crossy on the top left of the screen. I think they're obviously in a party chat, so but you obviously won't hear anybody else in that party chat in the top left. Obviously, it's basically just Seb. So now it's through. Get a little bit of wheel spin out of the corner here. Now into this tricky section here. Turn, what is it, 16, 17. Nicely done. We've managed to safely get through all of that one. Now into the final couple of corners, 18. And then it'll be a tight line through here. Didn't quite nail it.
Fucking, that's quicker than what I've done in TT.
I think Seb has got pole position. As you can see, obviously see a few guys got
and it's still P7. I'm still shit.
Yeah, as you can see, we're still P7. This is probably our common spot.
I'm going to be doing some sweating in the 2020 cars.
In the F2 cars. So, as you can hear, I'm already planning to get to 2020 cars.
1.4 seconds. I even got beaten by Lachlan. That just shows you how shit I am. God's sake.
So there's the results on the screen. I'm not too happy with myself that I've actually qualified behind Lachlan there, LM15 there in the ARTs, obviously for a one-off race in this one. So you can see, obviously, Crossy got position 1 and Pure on
Someone
P2.
has readied up very quickly.
So you can see here on the race strategy situation, didn't know what to do here because obviously super softs to mediums. As you can see, I'm actually
gone for it.
Just having a look around us to see who's going to be starting on what compounded tyres.
There's going to be a lot of late calls. No, that's not what I wanted.
As you can see, I'm just going to make a late call here on the strategy. I'm going to actually get the opposite, mediums to super softs. And we managed to just get it in the nick of time, actually. And I think there's probably...
Please don't fuck up. Please don't go.
There's going to be a few others that are actually going to do the opposite strategy as well. So, but there's not too many. F1 Woke Boy in front of us is going to be on the super soft tyres to be set off for the formation lap.
You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. As always, yep, that's pretty much the key here is just get some temperature into these tyres very quickly because obviously you're going to be stone dead cold. Let's have a look at who's doing what.
Seb in pole super softs. Woke Boy doing the same, and Stone Towel doing the same. Everybody else on the mediums.
So you see that 3 guys on the super soft tyres, everybody else on mediums. So there's not too many. As I have no idea where Lachlan.
Where the hell are you going, Lachlan?
I have no idea where the hell he was going there. I don't think he's been racing the Formula 1 games for quite a while now, so it might be a little bit rusty in this one.
Make sure they work.
As you can see out of this corner here, I think he might need to practice a little bit more because away he goes. Goes for a spin.
Well, I think he's going to have fun tonight. Welcome back to Formula 2, Lachlan.
Because I think he's might be been more focusing on iRacing.
Why didn't Codemasters add some more spots if spectators wanted to come and watch the race? I mean, yeah, I get there's 22 cars in the 2020 version But why is there not a couple more spots for spectators, for commentators, especially? Like, why?
It's just my view on the F2 2020 cars. So obviously, there is 22 cars.
I'm still begging to believe. They better be fixed in 2021. I hope it is, anyway.
Made a bigger lobbies. But anyway, we'll focus on that later. Here we go. 5 red lights. Very long hole, but let's do it around the Sochi Autodrome. We're on board with Pure Gold on the top right over the screen. As you can see, Wogboy has actually got a beautiful start.
Of course, he's on Super Softs. Of course he would be.
From the
Anybody on
position, from what was the fourth position here, might be putting a bit of pressure. You can see Pure and Crossing going side by side to turn 1. I think where's Wogboy in all of this? He's up into now 3rd spot here. You see there's cars literally every which way. Probably won't be able to see too much with on board with Pure Gold on the top right of screen. You can see side by side with Plebs, and that's who's that wafer? I think that is in a. Oh, I'm battling with. We both go wide.
Cars every which way. I don't know which way to
go.
go.
3 wide here into turn. What are we in turn 6?
Oh, just squeezed.
Just get away with it. I don't know how we haven't ended up in a wall somehow, but now Plebs slowing down very quickly. Put me off guard. It might have gone in the legal overtake. As you can see, there's a big dive bomb set from Stone Tower there. So Prezzo's coming back from nowhere. He probably has to on the super soft tyres, but wasn't really expecting that one there. Might have been put off by some other cars behind. They might have braked early there. Not entirely sure, but we managed to survive all of that. We're now in the 5th place. So we've gained a couple of spots out of all of that. Now, it's a complete lap 1. You can see Pure is getting a little bit sideways again.
How many times have I been behind Pure? In this whole season, I've seen him lose the back end many a time. So I think back to Austria.
Yep, there's the point in cheek, tongue in cheek. What I can't actually remember the saying, but you know what I mean. Anyway, you can see. Look at how sideways Pure is.
Would not recommend taking the curve.
Really ragging this car F2 2019 car to the absolute limit. I'm actually surprised he hasn't been to a lot more times.
The DRS window of Pure.
We're on to lap 2.
Should be all right.
Pretty much the goal here.
Because the guys up front will sprint away.
Like I said, the goal here was just trying to stick in this
towel probably start to close
this DRS window here, because obviously we're not on the DRS at the moment, but it'll be enabled the next lap as we get a little bit sideways coming out of turn 15, live through 16, 17. So we've got Stone Tower trying to close us down here, but of course his super soft tyres won't last.
There goes my chance.
Too long here, and his tyres will start to drop off with the grip, obviously, but you can see I'm actually pretty disappointed because I think the DRS obviously gets enabled, but I don't think I'll get it going down the front straights, which I think it does usually for around Russia. Usually when
sweat mode engaged.
And DRS
sweat
is
mode
enabled.
engaged.
But now it's just trying to get the head down and try and get back in that window.
Yeah, the track got a lot duller.
Let's have a look at the replays from the start. It's on board with Crossy. Sort of gets a reasonable start. You can see Wogboy just come out of nowhere, but he gets away nicely compared to obviously Pure in behind. But you can see obviously he'll have to cover down the inside here down to turn 2. I nearly said turn 1 for a second. This is turn 2. You can see Pure go up the inside. So giving each other racing room. Nice respect there from those guys. And then he just watches all this stuff go on behind him here. So
fuck Wogboy. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, you can tell he's pretty surprised how quick Wogboy is. Let's have a look on board with Wogboy. See how beautiful his start was. No wheel spin at all. Beautiful start. Actually beats off the line Wafer and Plebs. So that was a really nice start there for Wogboy. That was obviously he'll put the pressure on these two in front here. But you'll know obviously they try and give each other racing room. Wafer, I think, just trying to go up the inside of the turn 2. Gets a little bit sideways, does Pure. So that was a good initiative there for Wogboy to take advantage. So it's the top 2 guys on the super soft tyres. But we'll cut back a little bit further through the grid. He's on board with Plez. So we'll try and find out why he suddenly dropped his way back through the grid. As you can see, here comes F1 Wogboy out of nowhere. So a lot of people, obviously, they bog it down a little bit in their Formula 2 cars. So it's just probably just a lot to get used to in the F2 cars before compared to the F1 cars, obviously. It is going to turn 1. There's a little bit of contact between Wafer and Wogboy, but it didn't affect Wogboy too badly there. As you can tell, obviously, I've got a good view of all this battling that was going on as well. Actually, I was right behind Plez at this point, I think. but you'll see here, I think there's a little bit of contact. There is. So it goes out wide, and then gets the spot for that's probably why. So he sort of passed him a little bit ahead of Pure Gold. They're off track and obviously gained a spot, but obviously now has to give the spot back. So obviously he's trying to get back Pure, but only lost a couple of spots here. And you can see there goes Stone Tower. There was a little bit of contact. I'm very surprised none of us ended up with a spin. Now he gets an illegal overtake for one on Stone Tower. So now has to pretty much wait up and get past. That lets Stone Tower go past. So that's even more spots being lost. I think that's Alex Pazzo, who was doing just a one-off event for this round. Now he gets an illegal overtake on Alex Pazzo. So everything's going swimmingly at the moment for Plebs. He's had 3 illegal overtakes on the first lap. And now he's back in 11th spot. Might nearly be 12th spot if G-Force Trade goes for a move. No, thinks better of it. As Alex goes in a little bit too deep. But he'll get back around him there. So now the comeback is on for Plebs. It's a little bit sideways coming out of turn 15. It's always tricky. That corner is. So on board we go with Crossy. He gets a little bit sideways. Good save. Very good save, but that'll allow Wog Boy to take full advantage out of all of that and take the race lead. That's all it takes. We'll watch aboard here with Wog Boy. I don't know if it was the curb or not. Might have been the curb, or whether he turned in early or the brake, just put too much brake, but that was just easy invitation as he says the fast lap of the race on that lap as well. So that was easy invitation for Wog Boy, and they'll get the DRS as a bonus. So everything going well at the moment for Wog Boy. Meanwhile, back we go to Plebs. Just giving an eye on this battle with The Rock in the MP Motorsport car and Lachlan, obviously LM15 in the ART. Wants to try and take a full advantage of the list. He gets a good run here. Might try and take 2 for 1 here into turn 2. Not sure about turn 1, but definitely turn 2. So we'll try and get a slipstream. Rock actually didn't get the DRS, so he might be under attack. So obviously Lachlan goes way down the inside line here. But now it'll obviously be a tricky one to get through here. There's a little bit of contact. I tell you, it's going to be another legal overtake. No, I think this one he gets away with. So that he does, in the end, take 2 for 1 in that offering. But now, obviously, here we are in position 5. About to obviously start lap 4 while all this is going on. But now, been under attack now from ACW, who's actually come back through the field a little bit. Obviously, he started from the rear, ACW. I think it was. Obviously, he got disqualified in the one-shot qualifying. So, obviously, well, when I say disqualified, he invalidated his lap time. So, obviously, once the game notices, you get immediately disqualified. But as we get our first track limits warning of the race, I think it is. I'm not entirely sure of that lap, but pretty much just decided to let ACW go through at that moment in time because I think he's got a lot more pace than me.
I always fuck this corner up.
Way too deep there into turn 9. And all of that, I think I may have lost DRS. No, actually, we do get DRS, so that's an actual bonus here. It might come under attack here from Stone Town. Just caught the...
Come on, ACW, help me out here.
You see, I've just...
Under attack nearly from my former teammate last season.
Yep, just managed to just stay ahead of Prezzo, this Stone Town. Only just, though, who's in the BWT HWA race lap. Oh, sorry, BWT Ardern car, my apologies. It's 2019 cars. I'm getting 2 years to 2021 now, would you believe? So it's, we're just managing to hang on in the DRS to ACW. We're under attack from Stone Town, who looks like he's got a little bit of grip up his sleeve. But, of course, like I said earlier, the super soft tyres don't really last too long, so I have to be very cautious here. I do lose the spot. Oh, big sideways moment for ACW. So we pick up our second track limits warning. Look how sideways he is in that Trident entry. He might actually go for a move here into turn 16. So we send it up the inside. Now we're getting sideways ourselves here. Goes around the outside and takes the spot back. So there you go. That was certainly entertaining racing. Now Stone Town having a look up the inside. Not quite there far enough up there yet, but the bonus here is we managed to hang on to the DRS as well, which is another personal, not quite a personal best that lap. As Wog Boy comes into the pit lane.
Wog Boy, okay.
So that's probably around time when you want to pit for the super soft tyres. If not, hang on a little bit longer for a lap or two. You think about it with ACW into turn 2, but no cigar. Just pretty much settle in behind and see if we can just hang on with the DRS and the slipstream. We start to pull away from Stone Town as well. Here's the pit stop for Wog Boy. Obviously, he'll rev the guts out of this engine. Onto the mediums. Away he goes. Nice, pretty much stop there for the MP Motorsport, I think he drives for as well. He's pretty much flying the flag at the moment as we manage to still maintain an ACW's DRS range, so that's a bonus. And then even a better bonus, obviously, with Stone Tower putting the pressure on me behind as well. He's just trying to get past me here. I think he's going to show the nose here. We're going to try and see if we can hang on here. Just a little bit of contact here. Did apologise, obviously, just in case there's too much contact. We're just getting away with it. I'm just hanging on at the moment. I knew Stone Tower wasn't going to hang around for too long.
ACW must be cooking his tyres.
It was going to be too long before I think he pits, and I think he actually just comes into the pit lane now. So we'll just give us a little bit of breathing room. There's probably be a few, pretty much the other two, the super soft tyres. That'd be Crossy, obviously, also in there as well. So that's pretty much all the super soft tyre runners done and dusted. So we actually lose DRS now to ACW. So now it's just
Rock got 9 seconds of the penalties already.
Here, obviously, you can see the penalty situation. I think Pure Gold's only got 3 seconds. We've got, Rock's got 9 seconds already, which I was very surprised about. But, of course, Russia is known as track limits. Get a lot of track limits. As there goes Crossy, in and out. No affected any stop there. I think Stone Tower's pit stop was a little bit further back. Interesting to see where he pops out with F1 Wogboy. Because I think it's just coming down now. There he goes. So that's pretty much the undercut. Even though it didn't really matter too much because obviously Wogboy was the effective race leader nonetheless. But I think he's got an even bigger gap this time around as we pick up the penalty. 3-second time penalty of the race. It's not going to be ideal considering you see we're losing ground here to ACW in the foreground. But I think we're starting to be closed in by players behind. So keep an eye out for that one. Back we go to Wogboy. There's yellow flags there as well, as that's ART going backwards. That's Lachlan there, I think, going the wrong way. Meanwhile, back at the front here, this is Pure Gold putting a bit of pressure here on Wafer for the race lead, obviously. We keep an eye out for Pure, obviously, because he'll obviously try and be in the fight for the win, potentially. He gives a little bit of a nudge there to Wafer, and he gets it done in the end. So Pure will take the lead for now, until he obviously takes his next pit stop, obviously. He run it way too deep here. As Pure actually pits early. Well, I felt it was very early to come in, but I mean, looking at where the other guys were in the super soft tyres, it's probably around the time.
These tyres are still good.
You saw the tyre wear there as well. They didn't actually feel too bad, to say the least, but we are just hanging on. But like I did say, we are being closed in by players in the Prema. But there's Pure's pit stop, so he'll go on to the much quicker super soft tyres, but he's got to use it when he can. There's obviously a chance, excuse me, for the race victory. It goes these guys, which are not quite these guys. There's Alex Pato actually. He's just going to pull to the side here. Not really in the championship fight, of course, is Alex. Obviously, it's only a one-off event. I don't think there's any F2 Euro side of things. Any F2 on the Euro side. So, yeah, that's basically... It's just having a bit of a one-off event here. As you can see, I've just shown the nose there to Plebs to see whether he'd take the dummy, and I think he is, actually. But I think there's actually going to be a few others at pit as well. So, being Wafer and ACW. So they set a personal best as well on lap 9.
I think.
But, we are going to pit at the end of this lap. I knew that. The fact, obviously, just trying to avoid the undercut from players behind. It's going to be tricky. Wogboy's just the fastest lap of the race, I think he is. So he'll take the effective race lead back. So we go back to Crossy here. So just stuck in behind Alex Pato. That's a little bit awkward. I think he's actually dropped away a little bit more from Wogboy, so he might come under attack as well. Hello, that's an interesting rejoin there from the Chiru junior team by Sauber. So Wafer gets out ahead. And obviously, who was the other one? ACW pitted. There he goes. And Plebs also pitted. So all these guys on super soft tyres, and we'll be heading towards that route as well once we cut back to our POV here. But we're literally just giving it our absolute haul here. I knew I had to literally push to make sure I didn't get the undercut. The Plebs, didn't get the undercut. So we warned the team again that we are definitely coming in at the end of this lap.
No, do not change the wing. I warn you.
I was telling my team, please don't change the wing. But we are setting personal best, which isn't too bad considering the tyres. I mean, they weren't wearing out like I thought they would. But, I mean, it's Russia. Tyre wear is pretty much nil around here. It's basically just pretty much one-way traffic, isn't it? It's not too bad around this joint. But we are going to dive it in at the end of this lap. Just take it nice and cautiously here and just make sure we find the 60k marker, which we do. We managed to do so. And obviously, it's only one of the tracks that only has a corner.
Come
when
on,
it comes
Dams
to the pit
team,
lane.
do not let me down. It's probably one of the last races I'm going to drive with your team, so make it a good one.
Yeah, well, when I say that, in the F2 side of things, who knows, could be in F2 2020 cars or 2021 even. You never know, as that's Rock also in the lane.
Held a little bit by the Rock.
They've got a little bit held by MP Motorsports, so that might not
we push on,
well
we push on, we push on. Watch the pit
might bode well for us later on. As you can see, there's Plevs on the front straights. It's actually going to be pretty close here. That's obviously Stone Tao, who's
going to come out close to these guys.
A little bit of traffic. As you can see, Plevs is actually putting the move on Stone Tao obviously for position, because he's on mediums. Of course, we're on super soft tyres, but we just managed to get ahead of Plevs. But we are on cold tyres, so this is going to be critical here that we maintain our gap here to Plevs. But I know with Plevs, he's very quick in these F2 cars, so as we just managed to hang on, we're literally going to bring the neck off this car to try and hang on in front of that Prema car. Nicholas Latifi pretty much against Mick Schumacher, you could call it. But using every single bit of racetrack we could. Probably an opportunity for Plebs would be as we get our second 3-second time penalty now, so that's probably not going to help our cause either. As we're literally keeping the track limits warnings up, because obviously we need to maintain in front of Plebs. Well, not do it obviously with track limits, obviously, but try and get a good run. He'll get the DRS. So just trying to break the slipstream here, maybe make him try go the long way. The tyres will probably start to come up to temperature. Here he comes. Go for a move up the inside here. We'll try and break as deep as we can. We're going to try and do a bit of a crisscross here. Go wide, then come back in. Try and do a bit of a crisscross, but not really quite close enough here. So I think Plebs may actually have us here. He might do here. So, which is, it was, well, I mean, it was probably bound to happen, but I thought I'd put up a bit more of a fight there. But anyway, yeah, I think Plebs just might have a little bit more speed than us at the moment. Now, bear in mind, of course, we are on balanced setups, I think, or the setups down the middle, basically. So we can't use any of the other presets in the setup-wise. It's basically just the middle setup here. So we can get the DRS back on Plebs. Just pull out to see if we can just put him off a little bit here, but no, not quite. Runs it a little bit deep there, but we're just going to try and see how long we can put the pressure on him here, but I think he's going to maybe pull away from us here. Position, so this is 7th spot. Whether we can hang on for maybe a good result in the next for the next race is anybody's guess, really. As we just runs a little bit wide, as you saw there from turn 5. This Plebs, we actually set the fastest first sector. Excuse me. My voice is already going already. I don't think we're only halfway through the video yet, but now lower through turn 8, and now to turn 9. Just trying to see if we can find different lines here, but I don't think it's really working here. I think it's just starting to pull away here. But obviously the DRS will help us out a little bit, but I don't think we're quite close enough here for a move. So might have to just bide our time here. See whether we can maybe just try and stick with this slipstream here. But I think it's probably going to be to no avail, obviously, because we've got 2 more penalties than Plebs does at the moment. So we're just still trying our best to get past him here. We're actually pulling away from Stone Tower. Of course, he's on the medium compounded tyres, so he will probably, well, I mean, he will start to struggle. Well, I don't say he starts to struggle, but I don't think the grip's there on the medium compounded tyres, really. But the guys out in front are doing a ripper job, so he's on track at the moment. Is Stone Tower for reverse grid poles. We run it in a little bit too deep into the final corner. Do set our personal best, I think, that lap.
What's the fastest lap
Just
currently?
checking the lap. That was the fastest lap.
I don't even know which is the button.
Currently, the fastest
There we go.
lap is a 1:46.2.
So 1:46.2. I think the lap I just did was a 1:46.552. So that wasn't too bad. 0.3 off the fastest overall time, which I think was probably Pure Gold. We might have just said it a bit earlier on, but this is the move for second spot here. The traffic may have cost Crossy a little bit, or either that or Pure's got a lot more grip under his belt, which probably might be the latter, I reckon. But he gets that move done, and this is Crossy's starting to struggle a little bit. Actually, he might come under attack from Wafer into turn, turn 14?
Oh my god, Wafer, do you need to come through like a fucking retard?
So you can see, not too happy with the way Wafer was driving there, but might try and do it a crisscross. Tries it, but no, not quite close enough there for a move. So you go back to our battle here. Wasn't giving up without a fight here with Plebs. You can tell nobody actually is taking out the bollard. You see, we are starting to pull away from.
Start maybe P7 or 8.
Towel.
In good stead.
I mean, I didn't mind it if we finished up like this. Obviously, we are, but obviously, we're either going to be starting on the front row, like either in second spot on the reverse grid pole. So, but we need to build that 6-second gap to Stone Tower. That's the critical point. We want to maintain like a second spot on the grid for the next race. As you can see, Plebs is actually starting to pull away for us here. Actually, bonus here is Stone Tower. It picked up a 3-second time penalty, but we're only just hanging on to the DRS.
This is always my normal finishing position.
But this seems to be a common, like you probably just heard, this seems to be a common thing in this season, I think, because this seems to be where I seem to finish, as we get a very sideways coming out of turn 5 there. We've just managed to hang on. We did start to pull back a little bit to Plebs. Might have been starting to feel the tyre wear, but we actually get the fastest middle sector overall. Somehow, I don't know how, but that is possible. It might have been help with the DRS maybe. But in the end, I don't think it's going to be to no avail to get P6 in this race. So we're going to be starting from a decent spot in the next one anyway. So Wog Boy takes the win on the track. I think he'll still maintain the win. Yes, he does. But for us, it's going to be another position 7 here. Not too bad overall. We didn't set a fastest lap in the end anyway. So
GG's all round. That was good. It felt really good after shit last couple of weeks. Stone Tower will get P8. He'll start on reverse grid pole.
Yep, so that's confirmed. As don't ask.
I don't even want to know what Lachlan is doing. He's on wets.
Lachlan, I think, is definitely given up at this point in time.
We wait for the drifter who's on wets.
As you can see now, he's just doing his best drift work. Was doing his best drift work until that moment happened. So he might need to work on his drifting skills.
This might actually take 2 minutes to finish.
We were thinking it was going to last long, but he did actually retire.
And he retires, yeah.
In the end,
fair point there. Fair play there.
It probably was the right move in the end. Either that or he binned it. I don't actually know. I might have just retired on the end. ACW gets the driver of the day, so very nice job from him. Obviously coming through the field there. But Wog Boy stands on the top step of the podium once again. And also critical as well, I think, championship-wise, from memory, if I can remember the championship standings. Spilly was not able to race the first one, but he will be obviously racing the second one. So, of course, Spilly is part of the championship. I think Wog Boy is also as well. But there's the results on the screen. So, Wog Boy takes the win ahead of Pure Gold, and Crossy managed to hang on to third there in the end. Wafer in fourth. I can't actually read it. ACW in fifth, I think it is. Then Plebs, myself, Stone Tower, who will get reverse grid pole. And then the rest you could probably see on your
I nearly
screen.
got that wrong.
Yeah, but now we get to the feature race.
Everybody's readying up. Because, I mean, it's pretty boring. No stop strategy. Start on the mediums. Pretty simple, really. Yep, it is pretty much simple around this joint. On the others, pretty much on the feature race side of things. No, sprint race. Sprint race. I nearly got that wrong myself. But anyway, so we're on the front row of the grid with our old mate Stone Tower. Of course, like I mentioned before, he was their teammate last season. If I missed turn 1 and 2, I'm going straight for those chicane there. The bollards. That's what I'm trying to think of.
That was probably my best
knowing
planning.
My luck, we'll get a shit start and we'll not be leading down into turn 1. We'll have a DRS train right up my arse.
So this is going to be interesting how this one pans out.
Or there's an almighty crash and I survive it all.
Or was it?
It's me and Stone Tower, of course, my teammate from last season, the GOAT MP Motorsport team.
Yes, we still.
There we go.
The GOAT MP Motorsport team, and it was obviously include Dan the Racer in that one as well. But Here we
Just
go.
going to assume that's Spilly in my teammate in the other car.
Yeah, that was the other thing
Somehow
as
they
well,
give him
because
the other
usually
car,
Spilly's in
don't know
the
how, but-
BWT Ardern car, but obviously since he joined late, he's been put in a random car, and that actually happens to be my teammate's car. But anyway, here we go for the sprint race. 5 red lights. Let's do it once again at Sochi Autodrome. We've got both POVs on the top left and top right. You've seen Ples and Pure. You can see get a reasonable start compared with Stone Tower. It looks like he get a good one. But you can see we go 3 wide here.
I'm going way down the...
I don't know where to go at this point in time. I don't want to really crash into anybody. There was a little bit of contact there. Somehow, I think we ghosted, or someone ghosted. But out of all of that, we've dropped back to 6th spot.
So that was me that was going to cause
that was probably
pile up. Oh, understeer.
That was probably going to be the inevitable as we get side by side here with, I think that's The Rock. So he gets the position.
Oh, sorry, Pure.
And now you can probably tell we're still on board with Pures on the top right of screen as we're just hanging on. So we get our first track limits warning already at turn 6. So that didn't last too long there in the end. But
hey, think, Jeff? I've gone from 2nd to 7th.
Yeah, Jeff telling me the obvious there, but yeah, knew it was always going to be the tricky one with being on the tighter line in turn 2. I'm actually surprised it didn't cause a massive pile up there because that could have been very ugly. So I'm probably very, very glad that I ghosted in the end. But now we need to make some inroads here, again, potentially. While we've got these quicker guys.
That's Spilly under the 9. Fuck, you dead.
While we've got the chance.
How does he always do it? It's 11
always
laps doing the sprint race.
Quick, obviously, well, these quicker guys are going to be catching us very quickly, and obviously top 8 only score points in this one compared to the top 10, so it's going to be a tricky ask. Like you heard then, Spilly, I think, is already up in the 9th place. There's a little bit of red Xing there from The Rock.
Red Xing, and I nearly binned the car.
Have taken the bollard out as well. Isaiah nearly binned the car, as you heard. Alex retires in the pit lane. Like I said,
Alex is already retired.
I think he was just here for the fun of it, really, so on his one-off event. But just taking nice and cautiously into turn 2. I nearly said turn 1 then. But I think Spilly may have actually got past Pure.
Spilly already up in the 8.
Yep, he's not mucking around at all.
I'm just going to assume it is Spilly.
And I can confirm it was actually Spilly in that car. But let's look aboard with G-Force Crossy here. Starting from pretty much, where is he, 6th place. Didn't get a great start as well. Again, Wogboy with the starts. What is it with him, the starts?
Crazy.
Both on the super soft tyres and the medium, so he's on some ripper starts here. You can see all this carnage that happens in front here. Somehow,
The Rock is a madman.
as you can see, look at all this carnage here. Somehow nobody ended up with a spin. As you can also, you can see that's Alex there on the left-hand side of the screen. I don't think he was caught up in anything here. We don't really know which way to go here. There comes Spilly up the inside. It's cautious. Got to give room to all the other cars. It's still going 3 wide.
Fuck me, don't squeeze me, Spilly. Fucking, I'm in 3 wide, man.
As you can tell, he wasn't too happy there with Spilly. It was Crossy, but he managed to just get away with it, I think. Sake of his head for Alex. There's G-Force Dre, who's on the super soft tyres. He's going to try a risky strategy, to say the least, but he's going to try it. I don't think he has anything to lose, really. Let's go look at board now with F1 Wogboy. See how good his start was again. It's always not the first part, but the secondary part of the start. It's always a ripper for Wogboy, so it's a ripper start once again. So he'll take the outside line here into turn 2. I probably maybe should have tried to go the outside line here, but it was always a little bit tricky for me. Here I go for the half spin. There was a little bit of contact. Obviously, a few guys will cut the corner a little bit, but they managed to all get away with it. There's Stone Towel actually still maintains in the 3rd spot. Just wait for trying to go up the inside to turn 5. Giving each other just enough room, and off he goes Stone Towel, and he'll lose that spot in the end. I think he actually gets a 3-second time penalty already. So they're not mucking around this game. Here we go back to Pure Gold. This is the move that Spilly put on him into turn 2. I don't know what happens here. Goes on the inside. Pretty simple there, really, for Spilly. So he needs to make some good inroads, especially. I think he's still the championship leader, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've got the standings either at the. I think it's at the end of the video anyway. But you can see
that slipstream.
Trying to get the slipstream here from The Rock.
Spilly under lead
of course,
car
this is
here.
my regular teammate in Pacific Series, Tier 3. But Spilly going for a big send down the inside into turn 14. He doesn't get that move done, unfortunately, but he will send it down the inside nonetheless.
Wow.
Gives me a big squeeze. I wanted to maybe give him a little bit of payback there, but no to no avail as we get very sideways there.
The damn car.
As Pure now goes up the inside, so obviously he takes advantage of all that skirmish that was going on there. Wasn't too thrilled with Spilly as we get a 3-second time penalty.
Well, I'm not scoring points.
For our troubles. So yeah, I had a feeling I knew I was going to be in a little bit of trouble here.
Okay, how is Dre on super softs? Come on, Dre.
As you can hear,
Not winning this race on super softs.
I didn't know why Dre was on the super soft tyres. As we go for a not really go for a move there at all, and I pretty much had to cut the corner. No other choice there really. I could have caused carnage again.
I was going to kill
But
somebody.
in the end, we lose more spots in the end again. So we're now down to last place now since Lachlan 15. LM15 is now retired as well from the race, so he's not had a great return in Formula 2.
I knew it would unravel somewhere.
But we're now watching this battle here. This is the Carlin of there's a big Crossy. So you get very sideways here, trying to get a good run, but no can do. See, Dre might come back to us a little bit later on as we rack up the warnings once again. But like I said, Dre might come back to us a little bit later on. So I don't think super soft tyres can do 11 laps, but you never know. He may shock me and may shock all of us, let's be honest. But through we go to turn 11.
Dre, where the hell are you going?
And Dre already heading not to Russia, probably to Ukraine at this point in time.
Any wing damage? Oh, a little bit.
So got a little bit of wing damage.
familiar
I'm not
on,
sure where I've got that from, whether it was from the lap 1 incident or what, whether
That's
it's
a
where
brave
it was
one
with
there.
Spilly. And now all this battling's going on. This is for pretty much 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 onwards. I wasn't really going for a move there on Crossy. Wasn't planning on to, but as you can see, Crossy trying to get a good run.
Insane, man.
So had a little bit of think about it as
for
Crossy goes for the move. Probably not
I
intended.
I didn't mean to send it, Harrison.
I don't know why.
Just because Roscoe was going to send it on me.
No, that
Come on,
wasn't. that
P8's
wasn't-
still on here. I don't know how, but I don't care.
That wasn't part of the plan, Crossy. I can guarantee you that. I was not planning on doing a dive bomb there. Just showing the nose there a little bit.
Overspeed.
Lucky I backed out of it as
wow.
Crossy gives him a little nudge, and there goes Dre.
Dre's gone.
Who just forgets
my
about the
days.
first couple of corners. I'll be surprised if he hasn't got a lot of time
I slipped away
penalties or
through.
illegal overtakes at that moment in time. I don't think it was intentional at all there, but
Dre with a big penalty there.
I wasn't sure how big a penalty, if any penalties, that Dre got in that one as we run a little bit wide through turn 5, exit of turn 5. But like I said before, wasn't going for the big send up the inside.
How did I end up the fastest first sector?
Just having a little bit of a look. Somehow we ended up with the fastest first
in the car in
sector.
11th.
Mind you, we are in last place. So, again, I don't know how that works anyway. But back we go to the front as Plez has a little bit of a save there in that Prema car. Now I'm up under attack from, I think that's Wafer behind. Yes, it is Wafer in this Charu entry. To go run the outside into turn 14. He hangs on here, might have the inside for turn 15, which he sort of does, but doesn't quite have enough in the end. So Plez does hang on for the time being. If you made it this far in the video, you're absolute champions. Now back a little bit further. Wogboy putting pressure here on Stone Tau for 4th spot. I don't think Prezzo's going to fight it too hard here. We're going to go side by side here. I think Wogboy will have the inside line here, and he does. So Wogboy now into 4th place. Now can chase up to these two in front here. Let's see what happens. Now back we go to Plebs. Might come under attack here from Wafer. Going to try the outside line, which is not the ideal run, to say the least, but goes up the inside here into turn 2 and makes it stick. So no dramas there by the looks of things at the moment. So but, back we go here to this on board with Crossy. I think this might have been lap 3. This was when I went straight through the first couple of corners, and obviously I felt right to give the spot back. Well, I definitely had to give the spot back, but in the end I dropped another couple of spots. It's all this drama that was going on here. Dre took full advantage of all of that. Somehow we're managing to get all these cars through here. I honestly don't know how we're doing it, to be honest. Then it was Crossy having a good run up the inside. Oh, gives him a little bit of a nudge. A bit cheeky there from Pure. Very, very cheeky there from Pure, but they get away with it. in the end there. Now this is a lap later on lap 4. Plev's trying to go back on going to go around the outside of Wafer into turn 2. And gets him even before the corner. For that chicane there a little bit. So Plev's back up into 2nd spot in the race. Obviously the leader up in front, I can't actually tell who is the leader. Actually, it might be ACW, I'm not sure. Plev's just trying to break the slipstream, potentially on Wafer. Wafer will just breeze on by, I would think. Yes, he does. So back up into 2nd spot now he goes. I think that is ACW who's actually leading the way at the moment. So it's just this battle here is just allowing ACW to pull away at that moment in time. But back we go to our battle here for as Dre, I think, has a little bit of a moment there once again. That's I'm watching all this battling going on here and see what happens here because they're going side by side. That's Dre.
Oh dear.
No, sorry, that's the Rock. My apologies. For a second, that was the Rock. Sorry, that was G-Force Dre, but no, it's the Rock actually. He goes around the outside this Crossy and gets the move done. Very nicely done around the outside of turn 15. You can always try and do that kind of move, and he does it very nicely. Now, see whether we can get past the Rock and keep in touch with these guys as well. So probably won't matter too much because we've obviously got a 3-second penalty. I think Rock might have 3 seconds as well. Not entirely sure. We need to get a good run out of the final corner, which Rock doesn't quite have a good run. Let's get a personal best on that lap, on lap 5. No, sorry,
technically he's not my teammate, but anyway, he is for this race.
Yeah, that was the Spilly.
The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:47.0.
Oh, that was a big sideways moment there, and I think we picked up 2 warnings in that one, so that would probably explain why they got another 3-second time penalty, which that's definitely not going to help our cause either. But the dirty air is not really, if there is any dirty air, as you can see, I'm losing every single bit of track limits.
Definitely counting that.
Somehow that didn't even count as track limits warning, so we're pretty lucky in that sense. Back with this battle we go again. Plevs and Wafer. Plevs again into turn 1. Turn 2, I keep forgetting, is a little bit more, potentially could have had a little bit more room there. But we're going to go side by side here through the long left-hander, what's it called, the roundabout section, I think. Maybe a little bit of a squeeze there, maybe try to do a bit of a crisscross. Good, a good run, Wafer goes out wide, literally nearly rubs up against the wall there. But Plevs thinks better of it, might be ideal maybe when the DRS section of the track is next, but I don't know whether that's happened or not. But back we go to this battle for 10th place and 11th, and well, also the guys up in front here, they're still battling away, I think, for their positions as well, as we'll have their POV, as Crossy's POV on the top right as well. That's actually Stone Towel who's in this fight as well, I think.
Oh, there's Towel.
So, yeah, both myself and Towel, we've dropped a long way from where we started in this race. Starting 1st and 2nd now, we're what are we, 8th and 11th now? Might be nearly 9th and 11th. Crossy gets a nice run out of the corner there, out of turn 17. And he might get the move done here, side by side.
Fucking you can have the thing then. Fuck me, holy shit.
And so Crossy felt it was kind of give him the spot back, but could have maybe gone for the move he wanted to, but just felt better of it, of course.
This battle group's every which way you look.
Now he'll get the DRS, so he should be able to get past.
And Towel's going to be screwed here.
Might be under pressure here. Prezzo goes around the outside. This is going to be tricky. Give each other a racing route. Crossy have to take every single bit of
stop move.
Come
on, let's do this.
I'm losing so much time in this battle,
so we take a full advantage of that. I nearly got 2 for 1 as we actually
had to take that one.
Stupid track limits warning there.
Seb.
Now side by side through here. As he goes in a little bit deep, we're getting a nice run through here.
It's back.
This was entertaining to say the least. Even though we're fighting for 11th place, we're not really, well, technically, we sort of are fighting for a point. That's Stone Tower. Oh, he gets a little bit sideways out of turn 6 there, I think. So he was lucky to hang on to that one, not end up in the wall. But now Crossy is just hanging on for dear life here. And now, obviously, the guys up in front have started to pull away. Look how sideways he's just literally chucking the car every which way in that Carlin entry.
That coach too.
And now he might get a good run here.
Towels nearly lost
on the Rock. As I think Prezzo and Stone Tower actually lost the spot.
Come on, we should all work together here.
Somehow Krusty the Clown got mentioned. I don't know where that
conversation went. Fucking move as many times as you want, Rock.
wasn't too happy with the Rock there with moving under braking, as he just gives him a little shove out.
It's going to happen, I think.
Just gives him a little squeeze as well. We'll try and get
look at that.
2 for 1 here, potentially.
2 and 2.
Up the inside. Just obviously making sure we give each other racing room. We're still giving each other racing room. This might allow Rock back into this battle as well.
Damn it, Rock's still here.
Yeah, we're going to fight into the final couple of corners.
Take me
He
with
actually
you.
sends it down the inside. We have to go
take this line here.
every single bit of road we can. But now to allow probably Seb to actually
Teammate
pull
in
away.
Pacific through.
As you heard there, it's obviously my Tier 2 Pacific teammate in the Ferrari.
Damn
so
it, you've got DRS as well.
Somehow he got DRS. I don't know how.
All right, don't squeeze me.
I don't know how on earth he got DRS and all of that. You can tell yelling at him to stay at the right, which we did. He managed to do so. As we get a nice run out of the corner.
It's somewhat
Nearly
worked.
lost out.
Not
out
Mick
that one, but,
Schumacher-esque.
I think it was sort of reminiscent of Mick Schumacher-like, but now we get the move done.
P10, you've moved up into P10.
But it's not the points, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff obviously gave us the word there for P10, but yeah, like I said, not the points. So we've still got another couple of spots to gain there. And maybe G-Force Dre can come back to us as well a little bit later on. He's on the super soft tyres. That's probably starting to die. This battle's still going on here for second spot. Wafer and Plebs. Then Plebs go around the outside. Wafer will try and fight. They'll literally push each other off the track at this point in time. And I think Plebs actually will get away with it as well. So that was very, very lucky. And he will hang on for the time being. But whether he can or not later on, we'll wait and see. As Dre is literally wanting to go to Ukraine at this moment in time, but that was an easy move there for Pure. So Pure Goal gets up another spot. So now here goes Plebs again as he gets very sideways on the curb. That's not going to help with his run, and that'll be easy maneuvers, I would think, for Wafer. Going around the long way here. He's made it look easy, I think. So Wafer now back in the second spot. This is toing and froing. It's battle for second and third. ACW will be enjoying life at the front at the moment. He goes in a little bit deep there. There's Wafer. Turn 14, but Plebs can't quite have enough. In the end, he might want to wait till maybe the front straight here, which we cut to about lap 8. Peel now sets the fastest lap of the race. So now, here we go, around the outside once again. And he trying to outbrake him here, and I think he's got the move done even before the corner. So, Plebs back at the second spot. Certainly an interesting battle here for second and third. Now back to our battle here. This battle might not be over the position as we get another
time penalty.
Another 3-second time penalty for the race. Set a personal best on that lap somehow. And we might come under attack from the Rock into turn 1
Come back,
here.
Dre. Come back here.
So you can see, I think that's Stone Tower and Crossy battling away for position.
Rock will get me.
In the foreground. Goes in a little bit deep. I think Crossy's trying everything he can. We get another track limits warning. We get a little bit sideways there. We might come under a little bit of attack here through the left-hander. I think we may just hang on through here. We just will. Meanwhile, these two are still going hard at it, which is what I need especially.
Yes, please keep fighting, lads. Come on.
You can hear me. They're just then saying this is what I need. Like I said, G-Force Dre may come back to us as well. So we'll see how this one pans out. Don't know how frustrated Crossy will be being stuck behind Stone Tower, but we'll see how it pans out. This is entertaining viewing, I'll say the least, from back here. Crossy trying every single position he can try to put Stone Tower in a good position here. If he gets the DRS, he should have the move done. We'll jump aboard with him on the top right of screen.
Not in the DRS yet.
So I think he'll get the run.
These cars are that bloody strong.
He'll have a good run here.
Oh, okay, give me the fucking racing line then.
Still not happy as Rock actually got a run on me as well, but maybe thought better of it. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but now Crossy gets the move done eventually for P8 for the time being. And now we see we can try and catch up to this group as well for position. As ACW, I think, now set the fastest lap of the race now. Still leading this race while these two behind are actually still fighting their way back through. As there goes Wafer around the outside. Pretty much did what I Plebs the previous lap. And, yep, that's second spot again for Wafer. So, like I said, they're just toing and throwing. So laying Wogboy into this fight as well. As we get the DRS actually on these guys in front. So that's an added bonus.
Corner cut, Dre.
I think I may have just caught Dre doing a bit of a corner cut. There is a yellow flag behind. It's actually the Rock who's gone for a spin there. So it's a real shame there because they're actually doing a pretty decent job hanging on behind me. But now that just gives us a little bit of breathing room for now. You see Stone Tower getting
Tower,
very
that's a
sideways. There's
massive
yellow flags
moment.
in the foreground, so I'm not sure what's going on in front here. But they pretty much disappear straight away, so must have been somebody that came into contact. Not entirely sure. There's a replay on board with Pure Gold. Runs it out very wide. Oh, he clips the wall! I think somehow actually gets away with it. I don't know whether he's got front wing damage or not. Might lose it. No, he doesn't lose the spot at all. How has he done that? Well, actually, when I watched the replay back, I couldn't even believe that happened. But back we go with Crossy, who's putting pressure on G-Force Dre. And yeah, Dre is absolutely wanting to go to Ukraine at this point in time. Don't go anywhere near Vladimir Putin at this point in time. But there he goes. He just lets Crossy go through. That's for 7th spot.
25 seconds. Yes, you definitely finishing P8.
Yeah, as you can see, you probably hear it's because Dre had 25 seconds worth of penalties. I'm surprised he actually hasn't been disqualified at this moment in time. Because the super soft tires, I think, are dying as he just actually lets us go.
Right.
To get a little bit sideways ourselves coming out of the corner. So now it's on here for position 8 in this race. So this will be interesting how this one pans out.
Good job.
So Jeff just gives us the word. Thank you as always. But we're nearly at the end of this race, folks. Like I said, if you've made it this far, you are incredible. Now, up in front here, still going on between Crossy and Stone Tower by the looks of it, as now he gets another time warning. I get a time penalty.
I'm definitely not finishing P8.
At this point, I think I gave up, nearly losing, going for P8. There's actually Stone Tower gets position 7 again on Crossy. So I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. I can't really tell who's what in the penalty situation. You guys and girls will be able to see what's going on. And these guys are still battling away for the 7th and 8th spot. This is really sort of helping me out a little bit. If I can get into DRS, it'll be really helpful here. I don't know whether they'll be able to achieve that or not. Get further on. I'm literally just cutting, trying to get a decent run here, but just haven't been able to nail the car in that right spot. And go back and forward again with Crossy and Stone Tower. They are still fighting for position, I think. So I think which way is he going to go?
Having a gap behind. I hope.
Crossy
Anyway.
goes by for position. I think, yes, he will into turn 14. And he gets it done. He slowed down. Prezzo just trying to do the over and under, crisscross, but I don't think he's had enough in the end. So I think Crossy should be able to now pull away, but anything's possible here on this potential last lap. We set a personal best, actually. That
The only way we can finish P8 now is if someone's got a lot of time penalties compared to me.
Yep, that was pretty much the only way I could probably get P8s, I think, at this
Or a
point.
fuck up.
Yeah, any one of those situations I'll take at this point in time. I'll be willing to take a couple of points. There's yellow flags in the foreground, so somebody's had a bit of an off.
There's a yellow flag ahead.
I see a Dam's car. Must be Spilly.
Yeah, I think it might have been actually Spilly. I'm not sure exactly what occurred then, but it's not ended well for either party, I don't think. So there's more yellow flags in the foreground. Somebody else has had an off as well.
And I see a red car.
And that red car, I think you'll find, is actually Plebs. We'll have a look at some replays of it in just a moment or two. We'll watch the end of this race here. So it's going to be P9 across the line here. That is actually Plebs going very slowly as we actually spin it across the line.
Because we're not going to finish in the top 8.
Yep, I think I knew
Dear.
back then,
Oh,
obviously, that P9 was the best we could do
Could've
here,
been
really.
more,
So
anyway, it's what
here
it
comes The Rock. They're going to finish in position 10 here. And we will just await Dre. Rock does the bit of a spin across the line as well. But here comes Dre, who I think has got a left front puncher in the end. So couldn't quite take it 11 laps here. As
left front is gone.
Yeah, you can forget about the last couple of quarters. He's making his own route across the line here.
Spin it across the line, Dre. Come on.
He couldn't quite spin it across the line. He couldn't quite spin it across the line. I thought he was going to do a 360 in the end.
P7 and 9.
P9 in the end.
We're going to the last round for something, really.
So Spilly actually gets the driver of the day there in the end as well. So, yeah, well done to him, I suppose. But here's a replay on board with Plebs. So this will explain what happened here. See, it's a little bit wide, and he just does it himself. He was just trying to get on the power a little bit too early there. Now he's just got to try and get around here. He's got big front wing damage here. That won't be ideal. This will be close here. Oh, jeez, that was tight between here and Spilly. And that is Pure Gold, obviously, on the left-hand side of things. So Plevs is going to fight for every position he can get, but with the obviously guys around him with no penalties, it's going to be tricky, especially with the front wing damage as well. That's not going to help him there, but I don't know if he just looked like he got on the power a little bit too early then, trying to push on to get past Wafer, but you see through the corners here, he's just got nothing in the front end now. So you can see, well, left-handers, I don't think it's... Might be the right-handers. I can't actually work out which is which, but he'll obviously lose a spot to Crossy there. That was an easy manoeuvre there for him. I mean, obviously, he'll try to fight on for as many... try and hang on for a position as best he can, and he'll obviously finish P6 there in the end because of the penalty to somebody else there. He's on board with Wogboy, who was watching on behind here. You'll see it here. Just got a little bit sideways, then it just goes away from him there. So it might have been the curve a little bit, might have had something to do with it. Not 100% sure on that one there, but you'll see at the end here as well. This will be Crossy doing his over and under move here on Plevs. Pretty simple there. Obviously, Plevs was still struggling with the wing. Maybe a little bit of a nudge there, but in the end, not too bad. He gets that position. But it is ACW that takes the win, so well done to him. And then it was Wafer in second and Wogboy in third, I believe. So, but we'll have a look at the full race results in a moment or two. And then we'll look at the championship standings and then wrap it all up before the round. This will be the finale round at Abu Dhabi. So hopefully you'll be able to tune in for that one. Like I said, I am behind in a few videos, so hopefully I'll try and catch up before the upcoming season on F1 2021. But there's the results on your screen there. So ACW, Wafer and Wogboy 1, 2 and 3. I think Spilly ended up 4th there in the end, so good recovery considering he started last. Then it was Peel Gold 5th, Plevs in 6th. I can't actually work it out. I think Crossy in 7th, then Stone Towel in 8th there. But there's the overall round victory. So Wogboy took the round victory ahead of, I think, ACW then Pure Gold, or what, in one of those ways. I can't actually tell, but I think we ended up 8th for the round. So we got a few points anyway from P7. I think it was 4 points in the end. But there's the standings on the screen. I don't think I wrote them down, did I? So it's all going to go on at the finale. There's only 16 points between G-Force, Wogboy and Spilly there for the championship. I think ACW is out of the equation for the championship standing. So we're going to crown a new champion in Season 3, that is for sure. Yeah, considering that Plevs won Season 1 and I think G-Force Toddster got Season 2 in the end. But we're down somewhere down the order there, I think. So, but there's Trident have a 16-point gap over MP Motorsports. So that battle is not quite over yet. And then we got BWT Ardern there in third on 295, just ahead of Carlin there, 6 points clear in the standings. Then Prema in 5th. Quite comfortable there at the moment. They've probably got wrapped up 5th in the standings. Then Charu at 6th, Camp Boss 7th, Dams are in 8th, just only quite ahead of you and I, Virtuosi, and then ART rounding out the bottom half. I think they'll probably be finishing last. But where are we? P12, I think, in the standings. So yeah, not too bad there in the end. But hopefully we could end up with a top 10. Probably doubtful, but we never know. Depends on who turns up and who doesn't, I suppose. But then once we finish looking at this, you can see where everybody is your favourite driver up and down this field. And, well, don't need to look at this driver license points because everybody has pretty much behaved themselves. But that'll do it for this video, guys and girls. If you did enjoy, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go follow me on my social media channels. They're down in the description as always. Plus, go check out Spec, Esports links, social links down below. They'll be there as well. The YouTube, Twitch, and their social channels, Twitter and Instagram. They'll be all down there. And there'll probably be a link as well to the Discord if you want to come join the league as well. Doesn't really matter which one you'd be interested in. Just if you want to come and join, get interested in Formula 1. Doesn't matter what region you're from as well. You can come and join the Discord link there. But yeah, I'll see you probably for the next one at Abu Dhabi. So until then, it is goodbye, and we'll see you next time.